I'm hoping to dig up something today that I can pimp up and turn into something else. Something which will last for several generations to come. And if it's lost, people will realise that it's been recycled from something old into something nice, and they may even attribute that to me. Stephen digs it up and then pimps it up so you can wear it. There's something about this signal which I do like, but the only way I'm going to find out fully what that is to put a spade in. So let's do that live. And I'll also tell you I had a message whilst I'm in this field, just as I got all set up, from somebody called Mud Monster. Said, I've got a question for you. Where's your 13 by 11 inch coil? That used to be your go-to coil. I've not seen you use it for a while. Well, Mud Monster, I like that name. I think that's a great name. To be honest with you, oh, it's gone. I broke my shoulder a couple of years ago, and it took a long time to heal because of the severity of the break and because of my age. And I found that I couldn't swing it anymore with ease. So I tried the X35 because it was a new coil, and I liked it. So I actually decided to sell my 11 by 13. Yeah, and I think you are the only one to notice. So thank you for your question. Aha, hang on. Just saw something, look. Oh, where's it gone? Look, here we go. But I'll tell you what I'm going to do. As it's my first coin of the day, I'm going to turn this into something, either a keyring, the shape of my hat, or I might do it as a fingering penny. And then I'll give it away. How about that? Well, another target that sounds like a penny. It's a fairly good bet actually, considering I found 3. Now, in the hole. Yep. Near the middle of the hole by the sound of it. Uh-oh, it's not a penny. Oh, look! It's a Spindle Whorl. That is the last thing I would have expected to find here. As you can see from the shape, this is a Roman period. We're talking 1st to 2nd century Spindle Whorl. So I'm really pleased with this, because one of my favourite things to find is Spindle Whorls. I just love these weird pieces of lead. Sadly, I don't have too many which are decorated, the medieval period ones. But you know, somebody used to make their own clothes or even make a living from that little piece of lead, spinning their yarn whilst probably working at the same time on the land. And another question, this one's from Bob. Now, Bob is not a metal detectorist. I have met him when I gave a talk to a Rotary Club, and Bob helped me get one of my largest and most significantly interesting permissions in the Yorkshire Dales that I've ever had. So thank you, Bob. Bob's question was, what is the true definition of a hoard? Now, I did clarify what he meant by this, and he means from the perspective of the British Museum for treasure. So I said to him, I will definitely give you a shout out, Bob, and I'll remember that question. The definition from the BM's perspective is 2 or more coins which contain at least 10% precious metal. So any gold or silver coins which are 2 or more found together. And there's 3 criteria: lost, hidden and you need to understand the Treasure Act, but we're talking here about the definition of hoard. So a single coin isn't a hoard, and you wouldn't normally think 2 coins would constitute a hoard. But in the definition in the British Museum Handbook and Guidance for the Treasure Act 1996, revised, says 2 or more. Now also, they can have a hoard of bronze coins, coins which have no precious metal in at all, and that's 10 or greater. And then of course you've got other definitions of a hoard, which might include, say for example, Bronze Age axe heads. They're usually buried deliberately in a hoard as an offering to the gods, and this makes them highly prized to the archaeologists to do research on areas. Usually found, not always, but usually found near running water. And I hope that helps, Bob. I know you're not a detectorist, and thanks for asking the question. And I've got a question here from Coffin Dodger. It's a very interesting handle. Coffin Dodger says, do I consider the types of land when looking for permission, i.e. clay, lime? Actually, no, I don't. I just dig. I don't consider anything like that as important. I don't even do research on maps and then try and get the permission. I sometimes, not always, get the permission and then maybe do a bit of research. Now I had a question from Liz, also known as Digging Canuck, at the side of the Atlantic there in Canada, and that's the pinpoint button there in the middle. It's right underneath the middle of the coil there, because Liz asked me, is there any detriment to the battery by using the coil pinpointing rather than a hand probe pinpointer? Well, the answer is no, it doesn't exhaust the battery any faster than normal. Well, of course it would do if you left it on. Here's some in it. No, it's very shallow, it's on the grass. So it's going to be modern. Probably junk. There we go, what's this? Yep. Just a little old button. Very shallow, less than ½ an inch. Diane says, what camera are you using for all these dynamic visual effects that you use? What effects? It's just a camera standing there pointing at me, but it is a 360 degree camera. It's the Insta360 1X. There's also the new one, the 1R for underwater, but the 1X has got a slimmer profile, so the stitch lines through the 360 photography and videography is much cleaner and sharper. And yeah, you can do all sorts of things. You can look down into a hole, you can look and scan around you, and I can choose where I want you to look. And because it's a 360, when I'm filming, for example, with a phone, and I'm looking down, I might miss a shot because my camera forgot to tilt to show you what I'm doing. With a 360, it sees everything, and therefore that's my preferred choice. Anybody who's interested in the 360 camera for their filming from now on, you can find the links in the video description. So, I think I better get back and find something else, don't you? Let's go. Take it off boost mode because I'll waste my battery. Yep, the plug's out and it's still in the hole. And it sounds like a good target. Let's see. Maybe another penny. I need my knife. I've got a funny feeling it's something like a piece of lead, but... Oh, hang on. Oh no, it is another penny. This one's George V. So now I've got Victoria, George V and George VI. A hoard of pennies. One of the things I really enjoy about my local commissions is the scenery. There's somewhere you can walk, river watch, wildlife and bird watch. There's a trout just beneath the water there near my feet. Up that side you've got the deepest, quietest pool. And just here we've got a small rapid with eddies on the bank at the sides. But one of the most interesting features about this point is its Roman history. I've not found any evidence to prove or disprove what I'm now going to tell you, but apparently this bridge is built on an old Roman river crossing. Apparently the Romans crossed the river exactly at this point, and it is believed that the Romans used to cast coins into the water and onto the banks for safe passage. As I said, I cannot prove or disprove it. But it's just exciting to know that possibly in the 1st or 2nd or 3rd century a Roman stood right where I'm standing now, watching the trout, the kingfishers. Who knows? But we can all dream, can't we?
Stephen is the man with the hat and the metal detector. Whoa, whoa. Walking the land, he's a treasure collector. Whoa, whoa. Metal detecting and digging lots of holes, looking for anything that's old. New videos every week, so please subscribe.
Subscribe. Catch you later.